Hey everybody, welcome back to XZ Chat. I'm Serge.
I'm Rob.
I'm Gen Z.
I'm Gen X.
And today we are going to be coming at you with another music reaction. So
All
we've been having a lot of fun doing these different songs and checking them out. Some of them I haven't heard of, some of them Rob hasn't heard of, and some of us, neither of us have heard of. And what did you just do to your microphone?
Wow, look at that.
All right, guys. Well, we're off to a great start today. Rob's microphone arm just decided to collapse on itself.
Let's try to fix this. All right. Okay, better?
I think it's kind of low.
It's kind of low. All right, hold on. 1 second here. We're going to do this right.
Just put up a experiencing technical difficulties screen.
Oh, that would be funny. We got to do that. What do you think? Okay, I think we're good.
All right, guys. So
take two.
Take two, yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're gonna pull up the wheel and we're gonna spin it, and whatever song it lands on is the song we're gonna cover for today. So
let's do it.
Ready, Rob?
Let's go.
Let's do it. That's a lot of songs. To Hell and Back, Sabaton. Wow. Oh. So this is pretty interesting because we just recently received this comment. This is actually one of the newer recommendations we got. So Sabaton is I think they said it's basically like a military history band. So they do songs about different conflicts in history. I don't know how else to put it. So it sounds very intriguing. History is one of my favorite subjects. So what about you?
I love history.
Yeah. So
I can read a history book just for the pleasure of it.
So yeah, and for me particularly, I think military history as well. So if these guys are doing military history, I think this is gonna be fun to listen to.
Well, I've never even heard of them. So Sabaton is probably rock, or
I think so. I mean, they didn't really specify, but I'm assuming it is because that's most of the songs we're reacting to.
Check it out. So new to you, new to me.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I want to check the description. Historic fact: Audie Murphy was one of the most decorated U.S. soldiers of World War II. He gained quite the reputation during his service and was regarded as a brave and daring soldier. Following his service and a battle with PTSD, which resulted in a prescription drug addiction, he went on to become a Hollywood star. Wow. So I'm guessing this is about his story. So.
Yeah, and I don't know who Audie Murphy is, but I'm sure
I don't know
I recognize him.
But I guess the song's about his story. Yeah. So it sounds like he was a veteran for World War II. And it's interesting that he went on to become a Hollywood star. And it sounds like he had some addiction issues. So let's jump right on in. Ready?
Let's do it.
Do you have time to read all that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So, it's basically just saying, like, I guess a lot of soldiers struggle with PTSD, and they were given, like, drugs that were that could be addictive to try and cope with it. And he was one of those people. So.
Nice start.
Yeah, strong instrumentals.
Yeah. Well, these guys are jamming right up from the beginning here.
Right. I'm guessing that's representing him, right?
Right. Yeah, I think so.
A short man from Texas, a man of the wild, thrown into combat where bodies lie piled. Hides his emotions, his blood's running cold. Just like his victories, his story unfolds. Right, how I write. If there be any glory in war, let it rest on my head.
All right, quick pause. I had to say, his voice I really like how he has like a gruff to it. you hear like in his voice has like kind of, I don't know, it almost sounds like a military voice. The guy who's singing the song.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. Yeah, and it's different than what we've been hearing with our bands lately.
Yeah.
It's a different sound. The voice, yeah.
Right. I don't know how to describe the feel. It feels like an anthem type of sound.
Yeah, it does feel like it's building up to something.
Well, if it, like I guess like epicness, like it reminds me of like an anthem in that sense. And I think that was an interesting lyric there, where he said crosses grow in Anzio. The way his voice just like said those lyrics, I can't replicate it, but it sounded super cool. And kind of gives you like chills. Crosses grow in Anzio. I'm assuming Anzio is like some sort of location, and so crosses grow, I'm assuming, is like a battlefield. So it's like that line is saying that there's crosses growing on the battlefield because soldiers are dying. So I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are.
So far, I'm just hearing this out and different sound, and yeah, I just want to continue hearing the song and seeing where it goes.
Let's keep going. So I'm gonna go back a little bit just because I want to hear that one one lyric again. And I've seen there's like some military shots there where there's like running and like diving. I'm wondering if those are from a movie or if they were created specifically for the music video.
Yeah, I same thought crossed my mind, and I think it's an older movie. It looks like something maybe from the 50s, early 60s. Just my thought, though.
Because it said he was a Hollywood star, right?
Right.
So I'm wondering.
I wonder if that's him.
If he
it crossed my mind if that was him.
Or played and part in it.
Yeah.
Right?
And that was pretty popular back then. Hollywood. A lot of soldiers came back and made it in Hollywood. Well, everyone fought in World War II, but then many came back and became stars. So.
Wow. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's jump back in. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have to say, lyric-wise, I think it's very direct, but at the same time, it's really well. What is it, like the word art? I don't know what the
Poetic.
It's very it's very poetic, but
Yeah.
I love how he uses words to like describe situations. Because he says where hell lies 6 feet deep, as describing the battlefield.
Yeah.
Of course, 6 feet deep meaning like in a grave site.
Dead, yeah.
So and then he said like he went to hell and came back again, meaning that he came back from the conflict. And then the PTSD, of course, is also not only from everything he went through, but like losing his friends that were side by side.
Sure.
And there's an interesting lyric there that I was like, wow, it really puts perspective on, which is as his friends fall, like having them fall face down is preferable because then it's easier to say goodbye because he doesn't have to see their faces as he like continues on.
Right.
Which I thought that
That's
was
very insightful.
That was a really like chilling lyric. I think that's a really interesting way, like kind of describing what it's like to be in conflict, in combat. So,
Yeah, can we go back about 5 seconds because it sounds like the guitarist is just about to jam.
yeah. Here I went back 10 seconds. Ready?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
go.
And all along the shore, where cannons still roar, they're haunting my dreams, they're still there when I sleep.
There it is. Wow, what a guitarist. He saw so much death.
Right. And Death does wait. So Death didn't. He didn't succumb to death on the battlefield. Death like waited till much later on. Because
Right.
he came back from hell.
Yeah. And it looks like he's in his own personal torment there. You see the room burning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then here it looks like.
Wow.
Some.
So he
Wow.
put himself through a personal withdrawal program.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And
That's really impressive.
and it
The
speaks to his
strength
strength
behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the will. Wow.
Lieutenant Murphy received every military combat award for valor available from the U.S.
Wow.
Army. That's isn't that like really like I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, I didn't know either. I didn't know that ever happened. So what I want to do after this is Google this guy's name and just read his history. What a
Let's
what
do
a
that.
hero.
I want to read more about it because I like how this video they got us intrigued into what's his story.
Yeah.
Because now I want to know more about who Lieutenant Murphy is.
Yeah. Yep.
And also want to know, is there anyone else who was ever able to earn every single military
Yeah,
combat
that's a
award?
great question. I never knew
Or
that.
is he the only
that
person in
happened.
history to do that? Mm-hmm. So because I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
So.
Same here. I think this song was a really good sound. Like you were saying, it kind of sounded a little epic. It
Yeah.
kind of reminded me of almost like a Russian march in a way. I don't know why, but
wow.
just kind of okay. We're going into battle. World War II. Russians. Some of the music I've been exposed to in movie clips really used a lot of epic-like music, and they used to produce more movies in Hollywood at the time. So it just kind of reminded me of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like the sound. I want to hear more by Sabaton because
I've
that
never
was a
heard
really
of
good
them.
sound.
I'd never heard of them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more. Whoever recommended, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. And if you guys know any other songs by them that you think would be good to react to, let us know. I'm hoping that based on the comment that we got, it sounds like that this is their thing. They do like history, songs about history. So I want to kind of explore that more because I don't think I've seen that before with like a band that does his songs about
First
history.
time I've heard of this.
So.
You know, I have to say that before we wrap up here, one thing I really like is the meaning of the sound, of the song, and even the title, "To Hell and Back." There's redemption, and you know we all go through a hell, a personal darkness, whatever it is, but we can get out of it. It's difficult, it's hard. This guy here, it could have remained addicted, and his life could have just crumbled apart. But he really worked. I can't even imagine what he went through in that week, those 7 days. But he did it, and things like this are inspiring. Not just that he was a hero, but that he actually fought his own personal battle.
Right.
That so many people do even today, and he confronted it.
Yeah, and just in a week, it's
inspiring.
crazy.
Yeah.
To get over it that quickly. And it's interesting that now that you bring that up, To Hell and Back, the song name, right? He actually did that twice because he went to hell, which was the
In the war.
and then came back, and then he went
With
to
his
hell,
addiction.
with his addiction, and came back as well.
Right.
So I think it really does say a lot about like his strength of character.
Yeah.
Was during this time was this the generation that's referred to as the greatest generation?
Right.
Because
Yes.
of all the people who came back from the war, and it was like really they're like tough. And,
Yeah.
had a lot of strength.
Yeah, a lot of strength. Yeah, they went through their real life problems, but for the most part, they didn't play victim and blame everyone else. They really, what's the old saying, pulled up their bootstraps and just went forward. Yeah, tough generation, strong generation.
Yeah, ready to continue on because I see there's a
Let's
little bit
do
more
it.
left. So I'm hoping.
Oh, there is. Okay, yeah. Let's.
I'm
play.
hoping there's a little bit more
Let's wrap it up.
context because I'm wondering if they're gonna add some more text. That must be a picture of him. And are these all the? I'm guessing these are all the awards that he got.
These are, and look at this.
Medal of Honor is like I think that's the highest one you can achieve, right?
Look at all these medals too. It's taking up the whole screen, and it's not even done. Scrolling
Yeah, I
up.
can see there's even more down there.
Yeah, and look at the picture of him.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's covered up by by a merge. Let's back
Get
up a
that
little
out
bit.
of there.
There we go.
There we
Okay,
go, yeah.
So because I want to see what he looks like. Wow, and you can see like all these different awards are on pinned to
Look
his.
at the Purple Heart. I recognize that one. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So if we're looking at here, Medal of Honor, I think this is like the highest award you can achieve in the U.S. military.
Is it? Okay.
I believe so. You guys, you can correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Then Distinguished Service Cross. Do you recognize any of these other ones? I know the Purple Heart is for like getting wounded in battle, right? Let's see. Yeah, I didn't really study much about about medals, so I don't know much about these awards. I just recognize the Medal of Honor as well as the Purple Heart.
Marksman's badge. Wow. He must have been a sharpshooter. Or at least a
Sharp
good
shooter.
shooter.
Yeah, good shooter.
Yeah.
Memory of Audie Murphy, 1925, 1970. That doesn't seem that old.
He wasn't that old.
He didn't even make it to 50 years old, unfortunately.
No, 46. Wow.
I wonder what happened to him. Did he die of natural causes or?
We're going to find out. There it is. It's a wrap.
Yeah, I have to say, guys, that was a great a great first introduction. There's not a lot of bands that when you listen to for the first time, they like kind of grip you like that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. We're gonna go and we're gonna look up his story right after this. Maybe we'll include it in the video as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good idea.
It is. I have to say that I think history class would have been a lot more interesting for a lot of people if they had they had Sabaton in there.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Well, music videos like this too, and absolutely.
Yeah. And before we wrap up the video, we're gonna look him up. Ready?
Sure.
Let's do it. He was born into a large family of sharecroppers in Texas after his father abandoned them and his mother died when he was a teenager. He left school in 5th grade to pick cotton and find other work to help support his family. And his skill with the hunting rifle helped feed his family. So he was a sharpshooter. It sounds like he was really good at shooting. After the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, Murphy's older sister helped him to falsify documentation about his birthday in order to meet the minimum age requirement for enlisting in the military. Wow, so he was underage when he joined. Turned down initially for being underweight by the Army, Navy, and Marine Corps, he was eventually able to enlist in the Army. Wow, so he was also not only underage, but also underweight. So,
look at this. Keep reading.
Well, here, you do some reading too. Come on now, you're just letting me go.
Yeah, so he first saw action in 1943 in the Allied invasion of Sicily, and then in 1944 he participated in the Battle of Anzio, and you'd mentioned that.
Okay.
Right? So
I
you were
didn't,
right.
I didn't pick it up. I just
You're
figured it
right.
was a location because they're talking about crosses grow on Anzio.
Yeah.
So that's the place. So it was in the Battle of Anzio.
And look at this, for the liberation of Rome. Wow.
Huh.
And the
Invasion of Saladin, France.
Yeah.
After the war, he embarked on a 21-year acting career. He played himself in the 1955 autobiographical film To Hell and Back. Oh, the film was of the same name.
Yeah.
So the Sabaton made the song name the film name. Huh. Based on his 1949 memoirs of the same name.
Yeah. Interesting.
Because Murphy had what would today be described as PTSD, he slept with a loaded handgun under his pillow. He looked for solace in addictive sleeping pills. In his last few years, he was plagued by money problems but refused offers to appear in alcohol and cigarette commercials because he did not want to set a bad example. Wow. Murphy died in a plane crash in Virginia in 1970. Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Shortly before his 46th birthday. Wow. So he died at 45 years old in a plane crash. He was interred with military honors at
Arlington National Cemetery. Right. In Washington.
Wow. Yeah, it's pretty surprising how life works that he went through all these crazy things and he overcame all these crazy challenges and then a plane crash ended up being the end of him. It's like so unexpected.
And look at this. During basic training, he earned the marksman's badge with his rifle component bar and expert badge with the bayonet component bar. Wow. So hunting at a young age really gave him that eye for a target.
Right.
Yeah. And working at that young age, he dropped out in 5th grade to go pick cotton. I've read that picking cotton is very arduous. It's very laborious, right? And so he had that strong character of working hard and probably really producing a result.
After landing on Yellow Beach, Murphy's platoon was making its way through a vineyard when the men were attacked by German soldiers. He retrieved a machine gun that had been detached from the squad and returned fire at the German soldiers, killing 2 and wounding 1. 2 Germans exited a house about 100 yards away and appeared to surrender. When Murphy's best friend responded, they shot and killed him. Murphy advanced alone on the house under direct fire. He killed 6, wounded 2, and took 11 prisoner. Wow. So he went in by himself and he did all that. It's pretty surprising though that shocking that the two Germans, they pretended to surrender, and then his best friend went over and then they killed him. So it was a trick.
And then he went into that house. There were 19 people in there. Remarkable.
Yeah, and
He advanced alone and took a house of 19 people, 19 soldiers.
Yeah, I wonder if that lyric about like friends dying to let them fall face first is like about that.
Sure.
That moment, because he just lost his best friend just like that. All right, guys. So that was our reaction to Sabaton. It was interesting, not only listening to the song but also learning a little bit of history. I haven't been touching history since school, so it's always nice to get back into it a little bit.
Yeah, pick up a little history here and there.
Yeah, pretty crazy story. I'm wondering if he has some other songs that are dedicated to specific individuals, or is it like more general about like different like battles maybe, or I guess we'll find out if
Sabaton?
Sabaton.
Yeah, I'm sure they do, but we'll find out.
Yeah. So once again, I think that was a really good song. Rob, did you enjoy it?
It was a great song. Yeah. Different sound, and I wasn't sure where it was going, at least within me. And as I listened to it, about almost midway through, I thought I really like this song. It just latched onto it.
Yeah. So
good sound.
Yeah, and I'm hoping we get to hear some more soon. So
I think
of course that is up to the wheel. And of course, if you guys
right,
if there's any songs you guys want us to see, let us know in the comment section below, and we'll put it on the wheel. And then if it lands on the wheel, of course we'll react to it. So.
Yeah. But in the meantime,
make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe on the video. It helps out the channel, and stay tuned. So
you'll be seeing us soon.
All right, guys, take care.